Isa ka bang takusa or tinatawag nila takot sa asawa? Ito next phone na papakita ko sa inyo would be perfect for you. But kung nga ba nasabi yun, itong phone sabi nila it has a indestructible glass. Meaning, kapag nag-away kayo ng asawa mo, kahit anong bato niya, kahit anong hampas niya, it can survive lahat ng galit ng asawa mo. Ano, naintriga ka na? Pakita ko sa inyo after this quick intro. Hi guys, ako si Richard, the Gadget Sidekick, and welcome back to my channel. This is the Honor X9a. Sabi nila, it has an indestructible glass. Well, probably for me, it's near indestructible. And ang ganda ng phone na ito, ang nipis, may curved glass, and ang camera na is one of the better ones sa mid-ranger, and ang display niya is definitely good. AMOLED. And lahat ng binanggit ko sa inyo, mabibili nito phone na ito for just 16,999. Imagine that, guys, sobrang sulit. And papakita natin sa iyo one by one lahat ng sinasabi ko sa inyo specs dito sa phone na ito, starting with a quick unboxing. So andito sa ating kamay is the Honor X9a, and this one is the 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gig of storage. Pretty massive. Okay na okay siya for me, no? And the color I have here is the emerald green. So right now, bubuksan muna natin to quickly and papakita ko sa inyo kung ano itsura nito. So this one is pretty much sealed pa. So, bubuksan na natin, no? Tanggalin na natin yung plastic dito sa kanya. So, kita natin dito sa outer ng box, and this is probably what is going to look like. Buksan natin. Ito packaging niya, no? Tanggalin muna natin. And say na itong phone na ito, pretty thin. And, well, reminds me of some other phones na ganun kanipis and curved screen ang kanyang phone. Now, the color emerald green is definitely nice, ang kanyang color. And I like it. Other things inside the box, ejector tool, user guide, kanyang jelly case, malambot siya, no? Pretty nice, and I can say na, well, transparent man ang likod niya, so meaning hindi nag-iiba ang kanyang color when you put on the clear na jelly case. Okay naman siya, magandang protection. And we also have the 40 watts na Honor supercharged na charging brick and the Type-C cable. So on a closer look, ganito itsura niya. Looking pretty nice. And ang kanyang camera ring dito is quite elegant. Andito ang Honor print sa ilalim. And so, pasyalin ko lang kayo dito sa phone na ito. Sa ilalim, we have yung loudspeaker niya, Type-C port, yung kanyang microphone in, of course, kanyang SIM tray. Sundutin lang natin ang kanyang SIM tray. So, pag bunot natin, we can see there's 2 nano SIM ng capability niya pang 5G SIM. Sa isang side niya is pretty clean. Sa ibaba meron siya IR and of course, ang kanyang noise cancelling mic. And on the other side, we have your volume rocker plus the power button. Ang kanyang front camera is a punch hole na not that big. And what I like dito sa phone niya is pretty thin ang kanyang mga bezel. Except siguro makapal konti dito sa baba niya. But on the sides, it's pretty almost negligible kasi naka-curved screen tayo. And on my previous video, I'm pretty sure na napanood nyo na ang drop test ko dito sa phone na ito. It has survived all of the torture na ginawa ko sa kanya. Mapa-drop test man or binasag natin watermelon, hinampas natin ng walnut, then nilaglagan natin ng durian, and of course, well, nilaglagan din natin ng honeydew melon. It was able to survive. And kung di nyo pa napanood, I'll be linking up there para mapanood nyo ang full torture test natin dito sa Honor X9a. Now, itong phone na ito is being powered by the Snapdragon 695. Itong chip na ito is very battery efficient. It can perform multitasking, walang problema, and definitely, it can game. But of course, not to the point na kaya na habulin mga flagship level na mga gaming. But kaya naman na mag-play ng games like ML, COD, and Genshin Impact. Probably not to the highest setting nga. So tinignan natin sa Antutu benchmark, this phone was able to gather a 400,000 points. For me, the score is not so bad considering it's a mid-ranger and the price point is quite pretty friendly. Ito naman score niya dito sa wildlife. Okay din ang score na binigay sa kanya dito ni Geekbench. So, chinek din natin ang kanyang thermal throttling. Nag-perform tong phone na ito and wala kang makikitang pula dito. So, definitely hindi nagtathrottle itong phone na ito. Pretty good. Now, itong phone na ito is being powered by Magic UI 6.1 inside Android 12. And I can say a Magic UI dito is quite okay. Smooth ang aking experience dito. Wala akong naging problema. And what's really nice dito is meron siyang Google Play Store. Now, itong phone na ito has a 6.67-inch na OLED display. 120Hz of screen refresh rate, and it can display up to 1 billion colors. 800 nits ang kanyang max brightness, and 1080p siya. And ang kanyang screen-to-body ratio, dahil curved screen siya, is 90%. Meaning, almost buong-buo ang phone mo, halos wala siya mga bezel na mapapansin. If you take a close look dito sa ibabaw niya, sa ilalim niya, quite thin ang kanyang bezel. So when you say manipis ang bezel niya, it gives you one of the best experience when watching videos, playing games dito sa phone na ito. And by the way guys, itong phone na ito has a level 1 na Wi-Fi security level, meaning you can watch all the HD na gusto mo sa Netflix and on other online na streaming apps. And I was really excited to watch some of my favorite shows dito sa YouTube. And nag-enjoy ako dahil sobrang nice ang kanyang screen, AMOLED display, the black is blacker, and very sharp ang colors na dito. And I can say color reproduction dito sa phone na ito is really nice. It's very smooth sa aking mata when watching all these videos dahil sa kanyang 120Hz of screen refresh rate. And watching on social media dito, I can say it's quite smooth and I don't really have any problems with it dahil ang bilis ng every swipe ko dito. Watching TikTok, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram and Twitter, okay, panalong-panalo. Now, playing some games dito sa Call of Duty Mobile and sa Tower Fantasy. Sa Call of Duty Mobile, I can say, okay, smooth naman. Nakapaglaro tayo ng siguro mga 2 oras, tuloy-tuloy non-stop. And I can say, okay naman gaming dito sa phone na ito. But pagdating naman sa Tower Fantasy, mapapansin mo, mafe-feel ko yung kunting frame drops niya. Dahil itong game na ito is a more graphically intense game and it requires a little bit more flex pagdating sa processor. So, I think 695 medyo nabitin siya konti pagdating sa Tower Fantasy. Pero of course, you can always, lower down yung graphical settings para medyo mas smoother ang yung experience. Probably one of the things na hindi ko gusto dito sa phone na ito is that isa lang kada loudspeaker. Sa ilalim ng loudspeaker niya, medyo nabitin ako doon, no? Yung sound is medyo mahina. Hindi ganun kalakasan, no? I was expecting that this one has a stereo speaker, but nevertheless, only has one speaker dito sa ilalim. So ako, personally, I would recommend you to get a Bluetooth na TWS para mas immersive ang iyong gaming experience dito and of course, listening to mga music like Spotify. So itong phone na ito has 5,100 mAh of battery supporting up to 40 watts na Honor Supercharge. So tinry ko naman siya i-drain down to 10%, chinarge ko pabalik ng 100. Nagtapos ako in just 1 hour and 12 minutes. Quite fast naman. And tinry naman natin si PC Mark, the battery stress test dito sa phone na ito. 12 hours and 30 minutes ang kaya na i-withstand na screen on time. And this one is being rated under 120Hz and 50% na brightness. So, meaning kung nilagay ko siya sa 60Hz, baka mas matagal pa tong kaya na i-endure. Now, yung sinasabi ni Honor na kaya na mag-last ng 2 days, I could really attest to it. Kasi ginagamit ko siya for almost 2 weeks na dito. And I was really impressed sa kanyang battery endurance. Kaya naman na magtagal ng 2 days. And yung 2 days na yung ginamit ko siya under normal usage. Meaning, social media, watching videos, taking some phone calls and some mild games, and taking some photos. Normal average sa activity. Kasi if you were playing heavy games dito, I don't think kaya na magtagal even for just 1 single day. Now, pag-usapan natin ang kanyang camera. This phone has triple camera. Well, starting with the 64MP na main camera lens. And of course, sinundan siya na 5MP na ultra-wide lens and 2MP na macro lens. And sa harap, meron siyang 16MP na front-facing shooter. And probably the only limitation dito sa Snapdragon 695 is that you can only shoot up to 1080p and 30fps. Sobra siyang parang hold. I would really like to see itong phone na ito being able to shoot at least 4K 30 FPS or at least man lang pinaka minimum 1080p and 60 FPS. And so that's the limitation nitong 695 ni Snapdragon. So probably that's the downside dito sa phone na ito. Now on the upside naman, nilabas ko itong phone na ito to take some photos and I was quite impressed naman sa kanyang mga photos na nakukuha dito sa phone na ito for outdoors. Lalo na kung magandang lightings outdoor, the shots are really great. And one nice thing dito sa camera niya is it's very easy to focus. Pagdating naman sa indoor low light shot, this phone was also able to perform. Some of these areas are quite dim, pero this camera was able to perform. Medyo binrighten up na yung surrounding, able to take in some of these photos which looks a lot better than the actual na nakikita ko. Mas brighter siya. Kumuha tayo ng kunting sample videos dito sa kanyang camera sa rear and sa front using the 1080p and 30fps na format. So, here are some samples. Guys, this is the resolution you'll be getting if you're vlogging using the Honor X9a. And I can say the resolution is pretty nice, recording at 1080p and 30fps. And by the way, this is also the same resolution you'll be getting if you're using it for Zoom class or just simply for vlogging or just simply Viber video chat. And the sound is recorded using the default audio. What can I say? Now guys, what can I say about itong phone na ito, na indestructible ni Honor? Well, itong phone na ito is exactly the same phone na pinanghampas natin ng watermelon, ng walnut, nilaglag natin sa sahig, nilaglagan natin ng durian and ng honeydew melon. This is the exact phone and it is still working perfectly. Lalo na, no, pag galit si Mrs., no, actually pinatry ko to kay Mrs. and binato niya several times and nilaglag niya, was able to survive, no? So, para sa mga takusa, mga takot sa asawa, this is one of my best recommendation para sa inyo. And this phone being sold at 16,999, I mean, you get all of these good specs. Sobrang slim niya. You have a good battery life. You have a decent camera. And of course, you have a almost indestructible screen din dito sa phone na ito. Probably the only downside na nakita ko dito sa phone na ito is that it only has one loudspeaker. And ang kanyang camera can only record at 1080p and 30 fps. So guys, ano tingin nyo dito? Honor X9a. Kung ikaw isang takusa, are you willing to buy this phone? Comment on the comment section below and let me know. At kung gusto nyo malaman kung saan nyo pwede mabili ito Honor X9a, I'll be posting it on the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, click na rin ang bell icon para hindi rin ma-miss mga future uploads dito sa aking channel. And so, ako nga pala si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up?